Hi guys, it's me, Paul McVay. Welcome to Wasted Lunch on late 2:55 Mountain Standard Time, and could be on noontime today. Running, doing the things I got to do sometimes. Got my coffee and smokes and vapor, which is not a juice, but I have a bottle of juice to fill that up with. Got me a glass of water. It is scorching hot. I don't know if it is because the temperature is so high, or if it's because it's so humid, or it's both, but that's where my cowboy hat fits in today, because I feel like I'm in Texas or something during the summer. My gosh. It's really damn hot out. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I got sweaty arms. I usually don't have sweaty arms, but I do today. Where are we at? It's Monday, start of a whole new week, huh, guys? I'm sure everybody's having a thrilling time out there. Hope you're making those, stacking them bills up, guys. I mean green ones, not the ones from the mailbox. I can't get over how humid it is. I'm glad we didn't close up the pool.
Yeah.
You know? This is some ferocious humidity, but you know what happened also was the weather for a while, it cooled down for a while. So, kind of got tricked into not expecting it to be very warm, and then all of a sudden, it just, you get hit with these hot days, super humid. I think last night, it was 77 degrees at nighttime, which is pretty warm at night for, you know, Ohio. And 84% humidity, something like that. It's just very uncomfortable sleeping, rather, but I mean, because the nights were getting chilly there for a while. Now it's hot again. Don't know how long this stuff's going to last. It might not last too long. Don't know. But, wow, is it uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm vaping right now. Let me show you guys this bottle of vape juice. Okay. Went in there. I needed something radically different so I could taste the juice. All right. You know, if you don't vape, then I'll just tell you right now that you know, if you're using it as an alternative to smoking, you end up getting discouraged by the vaping if you can't taste the vapor juice anymore, which happens quite a bit after you're vaping something for a while, and then your mouth, your taste buds, whatever, they get used to the taste of it, and then all of a sudden you can't taste it anymore. I was vaping some kind of mixture I was making up myself, which was some kind of cocoa or mocha coffee. I was mixing that with some kind of tobacco flavored stuff, making my own little mad scientist concoction, and I was vaping that for a while, and I couldn't taste that, so I went to the vapor store because I ran out of that. So ended up getting a bottle. Oh, I just can't talk right. Maybe that heat is frying my brain. Got a bottle of, oh, where the hell's the thing? Peanut butter. Peanut butter vapor juice. I had to try like 3 different kinds of peanut flavored vapor juices at the store before I could even taste one. First one tasted like celery to me. Second one tasted like butterscotch. The lady at the vapor store was about to give up on me. She figured I had a broken tongue. Then she found some other peanut butter stuff and found one with a little more nicotine, and I could actually taste it. I think nicotine level I think that adds taste to it. I don't know if there's any proven science behind that stuff, but it sure seems to be that way for me. But yeah, I ended up getting this big old bottle. I don't think I've ever gotten a bottle of juice this big. All right, this to me, this is a huge bottle of vapor juice. I've never gotten a bottle that big, but did the other day. Figure if I can supplement the smoking with that, you know, now I've got an excuse not to buy cigarettes. That excuse is, Paul, you idiot, you spent all that money on that huge bottle of vapor juice. You better use it, you schmuck. So I'm gonna fill this tank up. It needed filled up. There we go. Fill that baby up. Put it back together. There we go. Get on my merry way with that thing. But yeah, that's gonna be my argument to myself when I'm thinking, oh, you need cigarettes. I'm gonna be like, you idiot. Look at that huge bottle of juice. Got no excuse to smoke as long as that bottle has not been vaped through. That's just what it is. What's going on, Sean? How you doing? Let's see. Oh, things are going fantastical in your neck of the woods. Are you burning up right now, or are you using air conditioning, or are you chilling out in the swimming pool right now? I can tell you what, I've been melting my ass off out here. I say that, but I'm sure I'm not losing any weight. I was talking about how I don't have an excuse not to be vaping now, because I've got a big ass bottle of this peanut butter flavored vapor juice. Yeah, peanut butter. But yeah, when your taste buds run dry on a vapor juice, oh, you got a fan on you. Well, I'd like to think that I have a couple fans out there. I got a fan on the ceiling here. It does not seem to be doing a whole hell of a lot right now. What's going on, Vinny?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Vinny, the newest member of the Oh Shit, I'm an Adult Club. Just got home from school. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you for the compliment on my hat. I said earlier, it's fitting I'm wearing this hat because it feels like Texas in the summer right now. Wow. Yeah, I was just talking about vaping. Now look at me. Look at that. Studying contradictions. That's what that is. But actually, believe it or not, I have been smoking a lot less. I save it for special occasions, like morning cup of coffee, lunchtime cup of coffee, you know, after dinner, and smoking a lot less. So that's good. But, my goodness. Let's see, you don't go back to school until January. Oh, wow. Man, that's a long ass time. Now, let me see if I remember right. Let me see if I remember, Sean. I don't have the greatest memory. It's getting a little better lately. You are wanting to do something involving history or business as far as career. Am I right? That's kind of the plan you got going on. I think we talked about this before, and you were thinking a career involving history or business, I believe. Let me see if I'm right on that guess. January, wow. I would imagine if you got to wait that long. Let's see, correct. Okay. I haven't totally lost it up here yet, so I'm glad of that. Okay, so how are you doing anything to keep your brain sharp and active? Honey, hold on, guys. Honey, could you maybe turn it down just a little bit? Really? Well, you know what? I got it. I'll broadcast from the other side of my studio, which means the other side of the kitchen table, guys. All right. Here we are. I'm moving down here, moving on up to the east side. Actually, this would be the south side, I believe. All right, grab my damn coffee. All right. So, I would imagine, when you gotta wait that long to go back to school, it helps keep your brain sharp doing something, right? You've been watching movies? Damn it, I forgot my ashtray. Come on. Go with me. You gotta walk with me to get my damn ashtray. Watching movies to keep your brain sharp? Have these been documentaries, historic movies or something here? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like now, okay, I graduated from high school. I got my high school diploma. I never went to college, never went to any sort of real higher learning, any formal training. Well, I've had training in different things, you know. You've been watching movies like Heat? I'm talking like the movie where they pull off the big heist, the robbery. If that's a movie you're talking about, that makes me think about the North Hollywood shootout. Those two guys who were bank robbers who had that big shootout with the cops. That shit was crazy, and still one of the craziest things ever caught on video. Was those two guys, they were geared up real heavy with all that armor on them, shooting it out with the police, walking along all calm and cool with, you know, assault rifles and shit, shooting it out. I mean, that was some crazy shit. I remember when that happened. Of course, I wasn't there. I remember seeing it happen on TV. Yeah, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I think one thing inspired the other. I don't know if the movie helped. I think the movie might have inspired the actual events. I don't think it was vice versa. But I forget the guys' names who did that too. The one had a very strange, different name, but that North Hollywood shootout, yeah, that was crazy shit. Because these dudes are just strolling. Yeah, dozens of cops shooting at them and stuff, and these dudes are just strolling along, shooting casually at the cops, you know, like, you know, they're acting like they're just walking, you know, they just walk their dog and like they're walking their dog or something, real calm, cool, collected, popping off shots at the police officers. It was crazy shit, man. Still pretty wild to watch. And I'm sure policemen all around the country are shown that film, that video, you know, for training purposes, because those dudes were armored up, and that is what was keeping those dudes. Did you see that video? The North Hollywood shootout. Did you ever see that, Sean? I'd be surprised if you didn't. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up. Yeah, it might have been in '92. I think I was a teenager when it happened. It was in the '90s. I can't remember what year exactly, but yeah, it was in the '90s, and it was wild. It was something. I believe these guys robbed a few banks successfully. I don't know. You know, I can't remember what led to that shootout happening, if they didn't get out of the area in time or whatever. I can't remember. I think they made did a made-for-TV movie about it too. In fact, I know they did some kind of TV show or made-for-TV movie because I'm almost certain that Oleg Taktarov was in the movie. Who's Oleg Taktarov? Well, he's the Russian guy who ended up battling, I believe it was Hoist Gracie for something like over an hour one time during one of the early UFCs. That's who Oleg Taktarov is. That's who the hell that is. And he played one of the bank robbers. I'm almost certain in there. See, Sean, you're saying it was called 44 Minutes. Thank you for the info. Okay. Well, did you see the actual footage, Sean? Did you see the footage? I mean, absolutely mind-blowing. I believe the two dudes had, they definitely armored themselves up. I don't know if they modified their weapons to make them fully automatic or if they were just originally fully automatic weapons. Okay, you did see the footage. Then, once you see it, that's one of them things you just kind of always remember that shit. I always remember that dude just strolling and shooting over the cars and shit, like, la-di-da, like he was bored. Yes, they both died. Yeah. And there was some question as to whether the one was actually killed by the police or killed himself with the pistola. But, yeah. Wacky shit, man. Wacky shit people do. Yeah, that was crazy shit. And I'll tell you, back then, another thing that was hot on TV, early 90s, started becoming really big, was broadcasting these car chases, these police chases. That became super popular, super hot back then. I would say, there were shows like Cops. There was the show Cops, and there were shows like Cops, okay? But I'll tell you what, the police footage films and TV shows from my life, yeah, there was the OJ chase, which wasn't really much of a chase. It was, because you knew if it was a regular Joe like me or you, they'd have done shot your ass or something. They wouldn't have worried about not running you off the road or whatever. Or maybe at that time they didn't use a pit maneuver at the California Highway Patrol, I'm not sure. But from my memory, okay, growing up in the 80s and then into the 90s, the idea of showing the police in action kind of films and TV shows, showing the real shit, started becoming popular really in the 1980s. And that was, from what I recall, it started becoming popular around the time that the crack epidemic started getting coverage, okay? The time crack started getting big. Yeah, that was the whole crazy case about the O.J. Simpson thing. I was pretty crazy about that shit. But, yeah, the big, once everybody started hearing about crack, then they started broadcasting these shows with the actual police footage, showing the police busting heads and kicking ass and shit. Doing raids and smashing in doors and, the cameraman following right behind the cops and shit. That stuff really started getting big when they started covering the war on drugs, and especially crack cocaine. Because that was a big one right there. And with the crack cocaine came the gang problems in the cities. That's when the whole gang thing really got horrible. There was a time when violent crime had started chilling out there after the 70s. 70s were amount statistically, and from the people I've known who were around back then, the 70s, were majorly rough. Okay. Violent crime was through the roof in most cities in America. It was crazy. And then it started to cool down some in the 80s, and a lot of towns started getting a little better, and then crack cocaine, boom. Then people started doing all kinds of crazy shit for that crack, and all kinds of crazy shit to make money off of that crack cocaine. You know? I remember seeing the shows when I was a kid, and they're showing, 12-year-old kids with thousands of dollars in their hands from selling crack cocaine, and they're showing it on TV, and I'm like, it's not really a cool idea. How many people is this show inspiring to start pushing crack? I remember seeing that kind of shit though. But yeah, funny thing is, I of course, never mess with that shit. Never mess with that crack shit, but it was a problem. Not say, I'm sure it's still a problem. There's lots of, crack fiends and shit still. But, anyways, I don't even know how the hell I got into that. Oh, we're talking about that movie. See, that one movie led to all this. Whew. Wow, it is hot as shit, guys. Coming up, not today, but in a couple days, I plan on having I'm going to have a mystery guest on one of my shows coming up, and it is going to be off the hook, guys. This is going to be some good shit. I'm going to have an old friend of mine come on here, and we're just going to sit here and rap. I haven't seen a buddy of mine for, it's been out of town for about 8 months or more, and been on kind of a personal odyssey, and I can't wait to get him on the show. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So I can't even say what day we're going to do this. Hopefully this week we'll be doing this show, but you want to make sure, to pay attention to my shows and what's going on in them, because this one is going to be, like I said, it's going to be off the hook. My friend just got back in town. He was out of state for a long time, and talked to him. I was very excited to see him, make sure he was doing all right. He's been gone for a while, and he's had quite an adventure. So it's going to be a good show. That's all I can tell you. I'm really excited about it. I wish it was today. Okay, I wish I was doing that show today, but I'm not. So I'm kind of telling you, kind of letting you know, you want to pay attention to what the hell's going on, because even if you don't catch up with me live, okay, I'm going to keep the broadcast up there so you can watch it afterwards anyways, because it's going to be a lot of fun. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you what kind of stuff's going to end up being brought up, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be different, and I'm getting excited just thinking about it. So pay attention. Next week, I'm going to try and get him on here this week. Okay, this business week, work week, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm going to try and get him on here, and we're just going to sit here and have some coffee and rap, and anybody who wants to chime in or whatever is going to be welcome to do that. But it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And and what I'm going to trying to do is, in the future, I'm going to try and get more people on here, live with me. Either sitting down with me and us rapping at the table, it's going to be plain old good fashioned hanging out, drinking coffee at the table, talking all kinds of interesting, wacky topics. Or if I get more people on here where I'm split screening, you know, like I've had my brother on here a few times, chit-chatting from Hawaii because it's as close as I can get to him. It's getting him on split screen, you know, I've done that before too, which is cool. You know, I'm glad we have that technology. Look at me, oh my gosh, I look terrible, all sweating like a dog. But I am going to try and get more people on here with me, preferably right in front of me. That's how I prefer conversation. It's a lot more fun, but, you know, I can handle commenting and going back and forth this way too. That's cool too. Or split screening, whatever it takes. But what I'm going to try and do is bring more content where I have guests on. Okay, that's what I'm going to try to do. Now, I might find out that by going that route, my times might be a little bit irregular. And you're like, well, Paul, come on, dude. Your times have been irregular lately. And yes, they have. They have been slightly irregular, kind of like a 70-year-old man's bowels. But I'm still on every day. Maybe not necessarily at noon, but I'm on every day. But I might find out it might be hard to get people on at noon, exactly on the dot. So, you know, that might be how it turns out. I don't know. But there's a few people I have in mind that I would love to have as guests on my show. But I got one guest, like I said, in particular, is going to be a special guest, and I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be wacky. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, Paul, what the hell are you guys talking about? Paul, why the hell are you talking about this stuff? But it's, you know, it's good to, we're going to talk about some things that are going to be outside of some people's comfort zones, but are going to be wacky and fun and darkly comical. Okay. So, you know, which I know some people might not be comfortable with that. You know, well, Paul, there's some things you're not supposed to laugh about. You're not supposed to find humor in some things. You know, and that's what I say, horse crap, you know, I mean, life's full of all kinds of things that are funny. And sometimes funny does not follow any kind of standard. You know, I mean, I can tell you right now that my family, personally, growing up in my wacky family, that if it wasn't for dark humor, if it wasn't for black humor, I don't think my family would have made it through as many trials and tribulations as they have. You know, that kind of humor is a defense mechanism. I truly believe that. You know, finding a way to laugh things off, especially when they're inevitable, is a way of dealing with things. You know, there's a lot of shit out there that comes knocking at your door, whether you want it to knock at your door or not, and you're faced with it. So, you can chew your fingernails off and worry about it, or sometimes you can find a little humor in it, and it helps you survive it. You know? Sean, let's see, he's got 3 weeks to vacation. 3 weeks to vacation. Wait, hold on here. And you might have talked about this before, dude. And I think you have. Vacation. Where are you going on vacation, dude? I'm an ass. I can't remember. Alright? Sorry. I can't remember. Are you going to North Carolina or South Carolina or something? I'm trying to remember, dude. Got cobwebs in there. Yeah. Need a little duster thing for my brain to wipe it off. But I'm trying to remember, dude. You tell me. North Carolina. Damn, you're really making me think here, dude. And in North Carolina, That's right. You're going to be going there. You're going to be checking out the babes, I imagine, right? Well, whatever you do, try not to get pregnant, all right? The Emerald Isle. Okay, now you're bringing back. Some memories of us talking about this. Yeah. It's hard to remember some things when you've been, like 20 conversations later with people. It's hard to hit the refresh button, it's not to write everything down, but, Emerald Isle, so you're going to be checking out the women, right? Right? You're going to be drinking, Sean. You're going to be drinking. I know you're not at the legal drinking age, but, well, not yet, are you? Anyway, oh my gosh, guys. Look at this stuff. Look at me. Sweat like a damn dog here. Okay, you are going to be checking out the women and probably imbibing a few cold beverages. Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry I'm being a slob here, but look at this stuff. Oh, yep, on the women. Nice. Word of advice, don't wear Speedos, dude. Right? Unless you're really confident. If you're really confident, then wear Speedos. But if you're not, man, don't wear them. And if it's cold, don't wear Speedos. Alright? Gotta keep in mind shrinkage. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, Sean. Yeah, look at me. I look terrible. I should be out swimming right now, shouldn't I? Let's see. Yeah, women. Swimming, and women. I think that's a quote from my little brother when he really was little. We were talking about going to the beach one time. I think he was 5 years old and told my mom he was going for swimming, and women. Well, you're going to be boogie boarding. Now that sounds like fun right there. Now that's one of them things you got to be careful doing where, I can tell you from experience where you need to make sure your damn swim trunk things are tied on tight. Because you can go boogie boarding and you get pulled around real fast and, you're still on your board or whatever, but your shorts are a couple 100 feet behind you in the water. You gotta watch out for that shit. Oh, you can't surf? Have you tried surfing? I've never tried surfing. Okay. I've been to the ocean. I've actually been in the ocean twice on 2 different occasions. And neither time did I have the option of using a surfboard. But the one time I guess you'd call it body surfing. I'd lay flat and ride these waves with my body. And that was when I was in California, in San Diego, and was on some really big ass waves out there. Now, I believe you can rent surfboards. I don't know if the cost it might be, I don't know if it's affordable or not, but I imagine you could rent surfboards and try it out. But boogie boarding, shit, that's fun as hell. I can only imagine doing it. Now, you're going to be on the ocean, I'm guessing, right? I've never boogie boarded on the ocean. I've only swam in it. I was at Daytona Beach in Florida, and I'm trying to think of the beach I was at in California and San Diego. If it was Ocean Beach, I've been called Ocean Beach. I've seen people surfing. I never tried the surfing thing. Okay, you're going to be in the ocean. Yeah, maybe you can rent a surfboard or something. Try it out. I mean, who knows? If you haven't really tried it, you don't know. Maybe you could end up being good at it. I saw one time video of a dude surfing in Cleveland in the winter, right by where there was a big pipe that drained stuff out, and there was a big warning by the pipe about, toxic shit and pollution and, nasty shit, and this dude was surfing right by it. Wintertime. I believe this dude was from California and moved to Ohio. I don't know what terrible thing happened in that guy's life that he ended up being here. But yeah, that's, what, Sean, you're saying all the huge waves are on the West Coast. That's what I've always heard too. Heard about Florida people griping because, the big waves are out in California. And I don't know how big the waves usually get or how big some of the waves are around San Diego, because that's the only place in California I've really been at. But I can tell you this, I hopped on some waves that were at least 12 feet tall. To me that was big. I'm used to lakes and stuff, maybe Lake Erie or something, which doesn't have really that many big waves. But I ended up getting carried away by some at least 12 footers, at least in San Diego. They were big, and that was fun. But I never tried surfing either. But let's see it. This one dude was surfing 80-foot waves in the video I watched. Dude, I'll bet that's the same one I watched, where a guy broke a Guinness record for the largest wave road. I'll bet it's the same damn video I seen. The dude looked like about that big on this wave. This wave was like, we'll say like from, here we go. We'll say it looked like that, and this dude was like a little speck. Well, let me do it. Went riding down the wave like that. I'll bet that's the one I seen. Yeah, 80-foot wave. Crazy shit. I mean, I thought 80-foot waves were like tsunami waves and shit. But off Portugal, right? I'll bet you that's the same one. So, I saw it. Somebody put a link to it up on Facebook, actually. It was on Facebook, and somebody, in their little description thing said something about 80-foot wave, and I'm like, wow, I gotta check this out. So I pressed play, and truly epic. Yeah, I've never tried surfing, but I've always liked surfing. Biggest you've seen was maybe a 6-foot wave. Yeah, I got these waves out in California. Like I said, I didn't have a surfboard. I'd try and lay flat and stiff and try and get them to carry me as high up as they could. I did all kinds of stuff, try and get as high up on these waves as I could, and I had one pick me up and then just slam me down under the water, and it was so deep, the water was so deep, and I got thrown down with such force that for a second or two, I didn't know what wave was up. Okay, and that was scary. That was a little bit scary, but eventually I found the bottom and kicked off. Now, Sean, I'll agree with you. I don't think surfing an 80-foot wave is something a beginner like me or you should do. No, I would agree with that. I probably shouldn't even try body surfing, something like that. Of course, now I'm not quite as flat anymore, so I probably wouldn't be very good at body surfing now. I'd be, but I'm more buoyant now. Yeah, now that I put on weight, I float better. But now, I think an 80-foot wave, is pretty much guaranteed dead for one of us. Yeah. But, wow, what a hell of a video, wasn't it? That's incredible. It's incredible. heard stories of waves killing surfers. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. I'm sure people die every year from it. All I know is that, I'm from Ohio, so when I got to San Diego and I finally got to go to the ocean and seeing these waves, I'm like, I'm jumping in there. I'm just going to try and ride one of these no matter what. I don't give a shit if I have a surfboard or not. I'm going to try and get one of these to carry me. I mean, I gained massive respect for the ocean when it slammed me down like I was nothing. And, like I said, for a second there, I was kind of scared because I didn't know which way the air was there for a second. I mean, I got slammed down. I don't even know what angle. And all that power, all that energy, man. And I'm like, shit. This ocean's got mad respect for me now. So, I still kept playing it. It's just, I was, try to be maybe a little more careful after that. But, yeah, the ocean doesn't care who or what you are. It is so powerful, so big. It will handle you like a toy. It doesn't care. Very merciless. But like I said, I've only had a couple chances to go in the ocean. Wish I had more. But tell you, let's see, it's not scary when you see it online or from a postcard until you see it in real life. And you got that shit right, dude. It's like seeing that dude on that video, it's like, wow, tremendous and everything else. But, I mean, like I said, I've been on waves that were at least 12 feet high and got picked up and carried and slammed and everything else by them. So, an 80-foot wave is just, I mean, that's 8 stories high. It's going as high as an 8-story building. That is crazy. Absolutely, man. And wow. Just the view from a wave like that and thinking, I could just fall straight off this thing. I could fall down this thing. And, falling into water, once you get so high up, and you take a fall into water, your ass better be hitting the water the proper way, or else it can be quite a bit similar to landing on ground once you go so high up, But, yeah, that's crazy shit. Let's see, it feels like concrete. Yeah. I've done some belly smackers and stuff, and yeah, I mean, if you fall and you're not ready to take a high dive into some water, yeah, I mean, you can get your ass killed. Saw a really good movie, used to have it on VHS tape, called The Endless Summer. And you know what? It might be on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure. I think I might have seen that it was on Netflix too. It's a movie shot in the 60s, I believe, about these 2 boys, teenagers who go, I believe, all around the world. That's why it's called Endless Summer. They spend a year, going around the world, finding surf spots all around the world. Okay. It's 2 boys. And I don't think you even hear the boys talk. There's a narrator. And like I said, I think it was shot in the 60s. These 2 boys are going all over the damn place. I think they go to Africa and Australia. And I'm going to go see if there's more coffee. I think they go to Australia, Africa. I can't remember where all they go, but they go looking for waves after waves, and that's why it's called The Endless Summer. I think the 2 boys were originally from California, and I don't know if their asses were rich or who paid for it or whatever, but they, turn on the micro here, but they go on this journey, and you get to follow them as they go all around the world for an endless summer. You know, their thing is surfing. They're all about surfing, and it's a really good movie. It's a damn good movie. I haven't seen it for years, but like I said, I think I might have seen that it was on Netflix, so if that's the case, I'm going to be watching it again. And this comes from a dude who's never surfed, okay, but I like watching surfing. Always have. I had that Kelly Slater Pro Surfer game. You ever have that? Or play it? That was a fun game. It's kind of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, okay, only you're surfing. Kelly Slater Pro Surfing, I think was the name of it. And, you know, you're surfing, doing tricks and shit, getting points, unlocking different surfboards, unlocking different locations that you can surf at. That game was a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, it was totally rad. I think I had it for the Xbox One. And that game was a lot of fun. You ever played Kelly Slater Pro Surfer? Sean, that game is lots of fun, dude. Let's see, now I got some freshly microwaved morning coffee. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, Endless Summer, good movie. Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, good game. Since we're talking surfer stuff, yeah, you know, now I'm older. And my weight's gotten away from me. Haven't played it. If you even sort of like watching videos of people surfing, and I have played Tony Hawk Pro Skater and enjoyed it, and it's a no-brainer. You'll love the game. I mean, that's just all there is to it. This seems really hot. It's pretty hot. It's not as hot as I thought it might be, but yeah. I'm trying to think surf movies. If I've seen any other surf movies, and I'm not talking Point Break and shit. I haven't seen really that many surfing movies that were mainly just about surfing. But yeah, check out that Endless Summer if you like that stuff. It's pretty rad. You've played Skate 3. Did you like it? I've never played the Skate games, okay? You know, I've played a bunch of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games and had a lot of fun with those. But I've never played the Skate games. Never played those. I've read that they were really good, but I've not got my hands on one of them and actually played it. Okay. Yeah, see, dude, that Kelly Slater game, yeah, and it might be outdated now, but last I knew, they don't make a whole hell of a lot of surfing games, alright? I mean, they just don't. So, it was either for the Xbox or the PS2. I can't remember what I had it for. For the first Xbox or the PS2, I'm not sure, but a lot of fun, dude. A lot of fun. I don't know if there's a thing where you can create your own surfer, though, in it. I always like that in a game when you can make your own character, and, you know, I try to make characters that look like me. You know, try and give them a big belly and make them overweight. Try and give them huge feet like I have. You know, comically, clown-sized feet like I have. I always like it, but I'm not sure you can make your own character in that. It's been years since I played it. My Xbox has been dead, and my PS2 dead for years, so. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to try that Skate game out. I think my cup is hotter than my coffee. I'm sitting here, I'm sweating in front of you. already complained about the heat and all that, and then I'm drinking hot coffee. And I might have talked about this before. Hell, I might have talked about it 20 times. I used to, as a kid, think, why in the hell why is my dad and uncles, why are they drinking this hot coffee? 90 degrees out, and they're drinking hot coffee. And now I'm an idiot, and I'm doing it myself. Now, I've heard, supposedly, that drinking hot stuff in hot temperatures actually cools one's body down. That's true. Then it's true, I guess. But I don't know. I can't say that's why I drink hot coffee on a hot day. But anyways, it is very damn hot. So, oh, Sean, well, you know what you need to do, dude? When you go to North Carolina or whatever, make sure you should try and hop on one of the wasted lunches while you're out in North Carolina. Maybe we can bring you on video if you're not camera shy. Split screen your ass onto the show. You can tell us just how things are going out there in North Carolina. How's that sound to you, dude? Because I think if you have Facebook Messenger, we can do that. I think you might have to have Facebook Messenger to do that. But that'd be cool, dude, if you could, show us what it looks like out in North Carolina. I've never been, so that'd be pretty cool. What do you think about that, Sean? Would you like to be on Wasted Lunch? Not camera shy. Right on. Do you have Facebook Messenger, though? I mean, if my old ass has it, I imagine you have it. You're like 19 and shit. You should have all that stuff. You should have Messenger, Snapchat, Instagram, Teddygrams, whatever, man. You ought to have all that shit. Okay, you got Messenger. See? So, ought to try and get you to hop on while you're out in North Carolina and let everybody see what the hell it looks like, See if you're at a pristine beach, or if maybe you got like a budget package where you guys are, right near some kind of dumping ground or something. That'd be interesting too. I've been to some shitty beaches. At least in Ohio. Been to some shitty looking beaches. Along Lake Erie. And from somebody I was talking to the other day about some of the beaches in California. Not the one I was at. I was only at one beach in California, but I heard some real nasty things about some of the beaches out in California that would scare people. Okay. Yeah, check that game out. I mean, you go to the Exchange or something like that, it's probably dirt cheap. Probably real cheap to get it. It's a fun game. And what I remember about the game too is that the controls are pretty much the same as Tony Hawk. Okay. Which were easy to grasp. How to do spin tricks and flip tricks and stuff like that. Is a lot like, well, it was made by the same people. And so the controls were, it's like Tony Hawk, only you're surfing, and it was cool because you could, you could go in the tubes, where the wave curls over, and you could ride inside of those. Very hard to ride inside the tubes on those. It was hard to stay in there without flipping over, losing your balance, but it was fun. Definitely worth checking out, dude. I think I'm going to get off of here. Let's see. You're going to try and do a belly smack or in the ocean. Well, good luck with that, dude. I think I'm going to hop off of here and try and drink myself some water. I might actually dunk myself in the pool. Try and cool the hell off. But like I said, pay attention to the show this week because I'm going to try and, get my guests on here, and you guys are going to like that. Thank you for that, Sean. You have a good day yourself, dude. And anybody else who ends up watching this recorded, have a great day, and I'll holler at you tomorrow, which I think I should be on time actually tomorrow for once. But either way, have a great day, guys. Stay out of trouble, be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.